2024. Man, what a year it's been. So many games came out, so many great games, so many duds, so much DEI. It's truly been a wild ride. I think between last year and this year, we've gotten a lot of games that were delayed by COVID, and I'm truly happy. So, that probably makes you ask, why is this list only 5 games instead of 10? Honestly, I didn't play many games this year that warranted to be in the top 10 list. They wasn't bad, but they were just fine. I didn't really feel the need to praise games that didn't truly excite me, which is why in my last video I was able to construct it in minutes. The script, everything, it took minutes. Maybe a day, a few hours at the earliest for me to construct that list. While this one, coming up with 10 games that I can truly praise, that I said I played this year and this was amazing. I couldn't do it. I had complete and utter writer's block thinking of 10 fucking games. And this is just me personally. I had this much trouble. So I cut the list in half. And it was still difficult to find 5 games. I mean, this year was truly a wishy-washy year for me. Now, I will let you know this. My enjoyment of games does stem of where my mental state is. If I'm having a bad time mentally, I'm not enjoying the games at their maximum capacity. And this year was very tumultuous, so a lot of games that I probably should have appreciated more, I really didn't. The flaws were glaring, and the high points didn't shine as bright for me. So I do want to say that, take this list with a little bit of grain of salt. If I'm praising these games, I truly meant it. And basically, these games pulled me out of the mental funk that I was in currently. So with that being said, let's get into the list. Number 5, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Alright, I'm a 30-year-old black man from Detroit. You should not be surprised that this game is on the list. I love Dragon Ball, and I won't lie when I say that the same love for this series carried this game pretty hard. When I'm cooking some bozo online, the bliss I feel is just too good. Now, this game is not perfect at all, and it's probably going to take 3 to 4 more patches and a couple of rounds of DLC to get it where it should have been on launch, but man, that first month of playing was orgasmic. It's still a 7 out of 10 though. Number 4, Helldivers 2. The trailer for this game had me incredibly hyped to play it. I just imagine myself in the trenches, ducking and dodging and dive headshotting aliens and accidentally blowing up my friends and blowing up monsters with nukes, and I did exactly that. This game delivered on every front for me, which was just mindless shooting at explosions and bug busting. It was beautiful. What they advertised is what's in the game, completely, and that almost never happens. Helldivers 2 is a real video game because it's fun, and they want you to have fun. A lot of games are not fun nowadays, especially co-op ones, but this one, it's even fun when your teammates are being idiots, because you can still find a way to have your own little personal mission and still even complete the entire mission and have fun while doing so. With that being said though, I'll be right back. I need to go fight these Illuminate guys. I'm pretty sure they're not that difficult to deal with. Number 3, Dragon's Dogma 2. 10 years in the joint made you a fucking whoa, sorry, wrong meme. But yes, it was a very long wait for this game, and for the most part, it was worth it. Like most games that were developed during the COVID cycle, you can see where things were held back, but man, this game still shines bright. The graphics, the scale of the world, the combat, the music, the NPCs, the side questing, everything. I was completely entangled within this world. Speaking of the open world, it was brutal, unforgiving. The way that you lost health permanently on each hit, and the only way to recover is to rest. The limited fast travel, so you had to really plan out what you were going to do for that day. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. For some reason though, people like Elden Ring. They like Breath of the Wild. Both games with very brutal open worlds. But this one though, oh no, because we don't have fast travel. They were not fucking with this game at all. You see, this game, Dragon's Dogma 2, they were scared to take away that one little handicap, that one little crutch that Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild had, which was fast travel. And honestly, it's better for it. I do not care what anyone says. If you really want to take time, if you like planning and you like structuring and you like time management, this is the perfect game for it. You cannot just walk out into the world willy-nilly without checking your equipment and seeing exactly where you're going, because you'll be fucked. Truly and utterly fucked. You will get halfway across the world and lose 55 minutes of progress because you died and you did not rest from the time you left that town. So you're getting sent all the way back into the end that you last rested at. And that's all on you. But that's the one thing that gamers hate: taking responsibility. This is still one of the best RPGs of the year. I pray we get a DLC that can add more classes and even like tune up the combat a little bit. But if not, it's still a great game. Number 2, Dragon Age Veilguard. Alright, stop typing in the comments. Yes, I did enjoy this game. I did. Give me DEI or give me death. Nah, for real though, this game was pretty damn good and a very big step up from Inquisition. Yes, I did say it. Because even if you do think Inquisition had a better story or characters, it don't mean jack to me when the gameplay does not allow me to get through it. That was the biggest issue for that game. Yes, I was enticed by the characters and story, but when characters were not talking and it was time for me to actually progress through the game, I fell asleep. So we just gonna leave that there. But in terms of Veilguard, I will say the gameplay did carry it for me. From the first previews that I seen it, it was more of a standard action game. I was already on board, and when I got my hands on it, I said, yeah, this is the main reason why I'm here. And I was rewarded for that. It's like they knew what people were going to be coming in for, these newcomers anyway. Because the way that you could make builds with your different classes, the way that they had combos and they extended the combos, the way that you can kind of just always respec for free and just do mixing and matching with your armor and skills and your teammates, they wanted you guys, me and you guys, to have fun with the actual combat compared to the other games. Now I understand that the character switching was taken out, but going over the history of this game and the development of it, I'm not surprised that they did not make every character playable. I wish they did, but it is what it is. Now, yes, I am praising mostly just the gameplay, because the story and the characters were just passable. They were just fine. The story was engaging enough and interesting enough where I wanted to see what happens at the end, but it wasn't the main reason I was there. I mean, I went in expecting to be enamored in both combat and story, but I will admit the story was a little bit light. The main character, Rook, felt like a character instead of it feeling like me. I couldn't really be as much of a dickhead as I wanted to be. There were a lot of characters that had punchable faces, but you could only punch one of them, which I didn't like. I wish you had more control over being angry. I wish you could actually have discourse with your teammates. You can only really scorn 2 of your teammates by making a decision in about the mid game. But I wish, when they disagree with you, it really had an effect. But, you would say something somebody didn't like and they kind of just be like, oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. For the next game, all they have to do is make the story and characters and setting more akin to Inquisition or one of the older games, while just copying and pasting the combat system from Veilguard, and you have the perfect Dragon Age game. I'm telling you right now. Number 1, Granblue Fantasy Relink. Yes, sir. This damn game, man. I've been waiting since 2016 for this game to drop with bated breath. All the previews they showed looked like a very complete game, which only made me feel worse because I'm like, what's the holdup? Give me this right now. You don't have to wait. This is a complete product. And I must say, when I got my hands on it, I was fucking right. All the game previews that I've seen before were the completed product. But when I finally got my hands on it, when I woke up an hour early before work and booted this game up, I was damn near moved to tears. It was beautiful. The music was angelic. The story was well written and it kept me guessing. The combat was crafted and refined to a T. It was truly the complete package that had me coming back for months. Even when newer games came out, it truly hit every note I was looking for. Except for one thing, the post-game. Now, I love Monster Hunter, but the post-game quest system of boss fights, horde fights, or protect the MacGuffin, it got stale really quickly. Thankfully though, the very large cast and the upgrading system allowed me to basically rework my experience and attack these same quests in different ways. So I was able to get through all of them and still have fun without it becoming entirely boring. The online experience is very good as well. It was nice to get in touch with some fucking weirdos that were build crafters and made goddamn one-shot builds so you would get into the boss fight and it'd be over before you could even hit square. It was nice to experience that. But back to the topic of the post-game being a little stale, I felt lied to. There was this one preview, and I'm going to put it on the screen here. It was Siegfried in the game. They were running through some windy valley, fighting minor enemies and grabbing items and all that jazz, and next thing you know, at the end they fought a giant dragon. And when I seen that, I knew that this was the game for me. I knew that when this game came out, it would be game of the year. But that didn't happen. I didn't get any quests like that. I didn't get to run through a windy valley fighting minor enemies before I fought a boss at the end. I didn't get to do that at all. I also didn't get to see this game become game of the year. Hell, this game pretty much came in and went. This game was almost immediately forgotten by the cultural zeitgeist of gamers. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is one of the greatest, most complete games that came out. This is a game that's been hyped and waited for, and everybody wanted to play it. But yet, somehow, everyone forgot about it. But not me. No, not me. I will never let this game go. I waited way too goddamn long for this game to just drift off and be one of those, oh, that came out this year? Fuck that. Just the main story alone is worth the $60 price tag. I don't care what anybody says. If you do want to get into the online, it's only additional content. Yeah, it's not as rich and fluid as the main story, but it's still something there. They even have some nice add-ons with the characters and costumes and emotes. There's a lot of stuff here in this game for someone to keep playing it for months on end, just like I did. Despite some of the flaws with the locales being reused and some of the missions not being that varied, I still hope that one day we can get an expansion on this game, or just a sequel that tells a new story with new characters. Sad that the devs have gone radio silent on this game because it was a commercial success. It made a lot of money. So I don't know if that means they're in the lab cooking or if this will just be it. Either way, I had my fun with it, and this is truly my game of the year. And it came out very early in this year. It had to stand up against a lot of other games. But whenever I thought about how things were going at the time, I kept thinking about this one game. This was the one that I kept coming back to. This is the one that I always wanted more of. But even though most people have forgotten about this game, like I said, I will not. I will never forget the story of what makes the sky blue. Well, do you agree with my list? Do you want me to shut the hell up? Let me know down in the comments below of what your 5 or top 10 games of the year are, and let me know what you're looking forward to for next year. Me personally, January 16th, Tales of Graces Remaster comes out, so that's what I'm going to be playing for a while. But y'all let me know what y'all looking forward to, man. It's your boy, JDizzle701. Have a happy holiday and a happy new year. Peace.